You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency. Welcome to MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, the Iceman. We're in the Clubhouse, the MCC Studios. We have a special guest today. We're going to introduce him here.
Special K and use it in your turkey stuffing. Just loaded with protein. Yes,
we have. Oh, I got claps. Shit. We're calling this guy Special K. So, just made that shit up, no certain reason whatsoever. It just sounded cool. So, welcome to the podcast, Special K.
I think you're trying to say I'm like Special Ed or something. By saying Special K, you just doesn't change it, didn't you?
No, I don't think I thought of it that way. It was just I had to come up with something. So yeah. And that just kind of.
So you named me after a fucking cereal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's loaded with protein.
Yeah, that's right. The women love it.
Yeah. He's single, ladies, and chock full of babies.
That's right. Still pumping and going.
God, it's getting off to a bad start already. I'm going to ask you a couple questions just to break the ice.
All right.
What's your favorite movie?
Can I have more than one?
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, the first movie I ever saw that I still love to this day is E.T. I was like, because I went with my grandmother. That's like a classic. But I know it sounds kind of gay, don't it? The extraterrestrial and shit. So no, I'd probably say like, Gladiator is one of my best, and Black Hawk Down, because I've been in that situation, in that theater, that type of theater before.
Yeah, Special K is you're out of it now, right?
Oh hell yeah! I wouldn't go back if they fucking gave me $100,000 bonus.
He's former military. I think he did a couple tours or a tour or so.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
So he is former military. What's your favorite drink?
Oh shit.
It could be anything. You drink like purple Kool-Aid.
No, hell no. That's weak. We're not gonna put no weak shit on here. Probably I like Crown and Coke, but I also like Captain and Cream Soda. That's good shit.
I ain't never tried that. Do you stand up with your foot up on the chair when you drink it like the pose?
But unless it's Halloween, maybe.
You got a favorite TV show?
Nah, I don't watch TV that much. I will say Deadliest Catch. If I was younger and I was 18, I'd probably done that shit instead of going to the army.
That don't look like fun at all.
Drowning
to catch fucking crabs.
It's all about the money.
Drowning to catch crabs.
3 months and make $80,000, $90,000. I can handle that.
What's your favorite restaurant where you like to eat?
I would say the Y, but that's not a restaurant. Let's go with let's try. Well, I like sushi, so I'd probably say like Tsunami's downtown Baton Rouge on top of the Shaw Building.
I've eaten there a couple times. They're good.
The scenery is really nice too.
You're not talking about the river, are you?
Yeah, I'm talking about river and everything else.
You can tell he's a single guy. He's just horn dogging it up. I don't know if I have any female listeners, but if I do, like I said, I don't know, but I'm sure they're used to it by now.
Well, they should be.
The language.
They should be used to it.
So you got any? I know you got to have some stories. You've been in law enforcement for a while.
Yeah, I got a few from the service too.
You can tell those too. That would be fantastic.
I was I can tell you, I was a drill sergeant for about 3 years, so I have tons of that shit.
Oh, were you like on the drill sergeant?
Holy Jesus.
That's right.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I think I was a little more of a dick than he was.
Really? You were a bigger dick than he was from Full Metal Jacket?
I was an asshole.
God, that's pretty bad because he was pretty rough.
Well, we're not there to make the, they ain't the Boy Scouts, tell you that shit.
I don't know. New military might be a little bit different.
Yeah, I got out before they made all that LGBTQ stuff mandatory.
I think that now everybody's wearing like light purple uniforms and stuff.
They blend. They blend.
They keep it up. They're just gonna spray paint graffiti on them.
Shit, next thing you know, we'll have bright red Humvees. So oh look, hey, shoot at me, I'm right here. Can't hide here.
Well, tell us something about your military stories. Then I
don't know. I think like some of my first cycles and everything. It's pretty fun. We had a couple.
A 10-speed cycle, or is it
No, I'm talking about like cycle, like 100. No, it's what they call them cycles. All right, you're when you get a new class, they call them cycles.
I was fucking with you.
I know, but if it was a 10-speed, I'd have probably done ran them all off about within 6 months. But now we had some, one time coming to the bay, and the bay is like where they sleep at, just so everybody understands when I say bay. I don't mean bay, B-A-E, like your damn significant other. I'm talking about a bay where you sleep at and shit. So coming to the bay, and they're all, sitting there, standing around, and these. I'm just gonna say these fucking privates, man. They just congregate in a big fucking circle,
like cows.
Yeah, but worse than cows. It's worse than cows and cats. You can't herd cats, you can't herd cows, but these fuckers here, they can herd themselves, right? So you come in there and you walk into the room and they kind of like just staring at you. You're like, you just kind of look at them like, are you going to fucking move? Or are you just going to stand there and block the fucking hallway or something? So, you walk up to them and they yell this shit like, oh, make way. So you start making way and then, we're allowed to wear, the drill sergeant campaign hat everywhere we go, so we can wear inside the building and all that stuff, and it's kind of authorized and everything because of the
old Smokey.
Yeah, that's right. The old Smokey that's like hard as a rock. So when you throw it on them fuckers, it hits them, it bounces, and they feel it. So you walk in, and they're sitting there, looking at you like
scared to death
with this, this. What are you gonna fuck me in the ass fucking kind of face and everything? So you look at them and hey, make way, and they make the way, and as you're walking through, I said one time to them, I said, privates, when y'all see this fucking hat, y'all need to do like Moses and part the goddamn Red Sea when I'm walking through this motherfucker, you understand? And they look at you just look like, where you get this shit, drill sergeant? I said, what the fuck you mean where I get this? It's called get out of my damn way.
Read the fucking Bible.
Y'all know who Moses when he parted the Red Sea and they walked through the goddamn ocean and shit.
But you're all dealing with people. They don't even teach cursive writing in school anymore. So you're dealing with people that can't even write cursive anymore.
You're dealing with people you're dealing with all walks of life that are either anywhere from 17 to 35 years old. And by far, the 35-year-olds are the worst fuckers to deal with.
The older you get, the more hard-headed you get.
Well, not only that, but I guess hormones kick in. And some of these guys, like about 35 years old, so they see these 18-year-old female privates, they lose their fucking mind. It's like, they're like, they show them a little attention, they lose their shit.
I've never seen an 18-year-old girl.
and I'm sitting there explaining to them, that's like your daughter. Leave her the fuck alone.
But you get them whipped into shape, right?
Yeah. About the first 3 weeks, we smoked the shit out of them, to where they pretty much can't walk. To where they can't walk, and then when they get to their bed at night, they just pass out, which is kind of good because you ain't got to deal with no issues during the middle of the night. Whacking off or jerking off in bed or over there farting in their beds and then sticking their finger in each other's eye, getting fucking pink eye and shit and everything. It's funny. They have a whole damn bay come down after like 2 days and like, drill sergeant, we all have pink eye. And I'm like, what y'all do? Fucking stick your fingers in each other's ass and fucking touch your eyeballs or what? Or fart in each other's face, think it's funny or something. Yeah. So that's the shit you deal with.
Sure, you got the influence. You might have changed some little kids' lives back then.
Yeah, someone still stay in touch with me, and they're still shitbirds. They don't change.
Come on now. What about
some get better?
There's a story about when we first met.
Yeah. Yeah, let me tell you about this story. This motherfucker, let me tell you about him. You know, I'm going down a certain road here in good old parish I live in now. And matter of fact, it's a very distinctive road. It seems to be the best road for this part of the job.
No. It was a good road to write tickets on, but it wasn't the best.
Bullshit. Everybody after me got pulled over too, so bullshit. So I'm home on leave from one of my campaigns and shit, and here I am enjoying my 30 days of leave or 2 weeks, whatever I got. And I just taking a leisurely drive down this parish road. Didn't realize that it's fucking 25 or 35, whatever the hell it is. I just know I'm going pretty fast. I'm enjoying driving my truck, being back home for once. And I come around the corner, this fucking asshole, and his goddamn blue shirt and shit, and dark blue pants, and fucking dirty ass fucking motor boots, pulls me into the fucking trailer park. And I'm like, is this really happening right now? And I'm like, damn. So I'm sitting there, you know, and he walks up. And let me tell you, it was very direct. It wasn't we're going to have a conversation. How fast you were going? Well, fast enough for you to pull me the fuck over, right?
Correct.
So I'm like sitting there. And so finally, you know, while we're sitting there, I recognized a certain individual that was.
He's talking about Hondo.
I recognized him and I said, hey, man, what's going on? So he turns around and looks at Iceman here and says, you really going to write Special K a fucking ticket?
Yeah, I'm going to write fucking Special K a ticket. Going to add some milk to that shit.
Yeah, I'm going to get out here with a full meal and shit. So, so Iceman asked Hondo, oh, you know him? Yeah, we were served together. And I could see in his face. He was so fucking pissed off. He was so mad that he didn't get to write that ticket. He was like,
I was gonna write his ass.
He was gonna. I mean, he had the fucking pad out with the pen. I mean, I'm glad I stopped him because you know tickets got to be fucking voided these days.
He better be lucky Hondo was there, or he'd have just got written.
Because I mean, in my mind, I was kind of like, you know, if you're gonna write this motherfucker, I won't be here in a week, so I don't give a shit. And I'll just come back with a fucking stupid fucking traffic warrant. Stupid fucking traffic warrant in this fucking parish.
Suspended driver's license.
You know, here I am. Then I got to go pay all these stupid ass fees.
You could have paid it before you left. I mean, I'd have turned it in the next day.
But I didn't give a shit at the time. But thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God Hondo was there, and he was just like,
Hondo was there. He's like, man,
you gonna write this guy a ticket?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, fuck him. I don't give a fuck who he is. I could see. No, I didn't even have to like ask him what he was thinking because he was already thinking it. He's like, this motherfucker's lucky.
Oh yeah, I was thinking he's lucky. He's lucky Hondo's here. That's my first time. I think first time we really had any kind of type of conversations is we were in a annual training class together.
Yeah.
And you happened to be there, and we started talking, and I would fuck with you on and off in there. And I
mean, hey, look, we you know, you give and receive, and the giving and receiving was happening. Not
yes.
that, okay, listeners, not that type of giving and receiving. Before we get any further, just joking and receiving and giving. Let's go ahead and make sure we establish that now.
Well, I've said in previous podcasts that you know, if you're gonna get in law enforcement, you better have some thick skin, because if you're the type of little pansy motherfucker that, you know, get your feelings hurt when somebody says, you know, picks on you or says something, or, you know, and you're going to, he hurt my feelings. You're in the wrong line of business.
Oh, yeah.
Get the fuck out. Go sell candles at fucking Bed Bath & Beyond or Bath & Body Works or something. That's where you need to be working if you got thin skin, because you're going to get fucked with.
I mean, you can always be a Walmart greeter. Get treated like shit.
Those are hard jobs to get, I heard. I mean, it's like, those are like in demand.
No, they wouldn't want me up there.
I wouldn't.
What's in that fucking bag? Get the fuck out of here.
What gets me is I think it's funny every time, which I hate going. I'm straight up. I hate going to Walmart. I try to avoid it at all costs. But it seems like when I do go, it's like they gonna stop and check my shit when they got some other motherfucker walking out with like nothing they have in their buggies.
Hell no.
In a bag. You gonna stop and check me?
I get stopped on the way out. I get stopped on the way out. From what I understand, it's you get stopped because you have something that's not in the bag. The only thing that's not in the bag is that 24 pack of fucking toilet paper. So you mean to tell me you're checking my shit for my shit paper?
Toilet paper for a while was a hot commodity.
Yeah, but I mean, where are you going to conceal a 24 pack? Up my fucking ass? No. So I'm like,
you probably have to get a doctor if you get 24.
And it's always this older person there. And look, and I get it. They don't want to. They just sit there and look at you like, sir, what else do you have besides the toilet paper? I said, man, that's it. The toilet paper takes the whole fucking cart up. Everything else is in bags. So what's the problem? Oh, well, and they get, I feel bad for them too. I mean, I try not to be an asshole, but sometimes if it's a younger person, I am, because they don't know the difference.
Yeah, sometimes I know we understand people have jobs. It's sometimes just fucking aggravating. Like, I don't smoke anymore. I vape. You can say whatever the fuck you want to do. It's a douche flute. It's all this, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you what, I've been vaping for about 8 years now and hadn't touched a cigarette. I feel better. I don't cough or anything like that. So all you other motherfuckers, fuck y'all.
So when you blow the smoke, when you blow that whatever the fuck it is out of your mouth, that vape, whatever it is, a vape, does it what can it do to me?
I don't know. We'll find out in a few years, though, won't we?
Yeah, we will. 'Cause, I mean, I'll go.
I don't want to hear shit. I'm sure you go to bars and shit where they smoke. So I don't, blah 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 blah.
Yep. Everybody complains.
Everybody complains about something. Oh, you're smoking. When I did smoke one time, I was outside smoking in front of a restaurant, and these people walked past going, waving. I'm like, well, y'all kicked us out the fucking smoking section, so deal with it. So I had to go outside and smoke. Well,
I mean, hell, I'd rather smell that shit than have pulling somebody over and smell the skunk piss they call Mary Jane these days.
You don't like the weed smell?
No. Well, it helps out. Well, no, hold on, wait. Well, it ain't like the weed now. It's not like the weed it was when my mom and dad and them did it back in the 70s, I guess, and 80s. Nowadays, it's so many hybrids that you don't even need to smoke it to smell it now. It's already pungent enough to tell you where it's at.
Oh yeah. Well, I smell the shit going down the road all the time. You pass the cars like,
speaking of that, I was riding down on my bike on Airline Highway about a week and a half ago, and I mean, hell, I had a contact high. I smelled they were smoking about a pound in the fucking car when I was behind it. All the smoke coming out the window. And look, the window was probably 1/8 of an inch cracked open, and I was still getting
hot boxing that shit.
I was getting high on the bike behind them. I was like, fuck, man, I was trying to keep up with them and shit. So just from the secondary contact, I was like, holy shit, who are these people?
Well, it's so funny if you walk up to the car, and I'll do this all the time. I'll, driver's license, insurance, registration, get information. You're like, well, how much weed do you have in the car? Oh, I don't smoke weed. What? It smells like fucking Cheech and Chong just pulled out of the motherfucker.
Let me guess. But your car's on fire. Your car's on fire, right? Let's get the fire department here.
Yeah, but you don't smoke weed. It's just like, I understand, because like I said, I used to smoke cigarettes. And people say, oh, you smell like a cigarette. I didn't smell the cigarette smoke. Now that I don't smoke, I can walk in, like I said, in a store or whatever, and if somebody walks past me that smokes cigarettes, I can smell the cigarette smoke on them, even though, like I said, I used to, I couldn't smell it. So I guess it's the same way. If you're just a big weed smoker, you don't smell it, even though you're walking around, you're just like reeking of fucking weed.
It's like, it reminds me, we were at one night, when I was working nights, and I was still in training status. So we, over there on Florida Boulevard and everything on another parish road here, and, pulled this car over and had a suspect in it, and we're sitting there talking to the guy, and he's like, explaining to us that he's already he's last night smoking, so he's gonna go to rehab the next morning. The next
Juice
morning,
up.
it's always, hey, I'm going to rehab in the morning, you know. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help you out with that. So we're sitting there and talking to him, and he's and the pipes there on the passenger side and stuff. We pulled him over because he was weaving all over the place and get him out and talking to him, and he was like, so we searched the vehicle, we got consent, searched the vehicle, and found some rocks. So we had some crack rocks in there, right? So we tested. As we're searching, he's like, "There's nothing in the car. There's nothing else." And we're like, "Okay, we'll make that determination. Just relax." And he's like, "There's nothing else in the car. I promise you that." And he goes, "Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if there was another rock in that car, I'd have smoked that shit for you motherfuckers. Pull me over." And I was like, looking at him, going, "What?" And he goes, "You heard me. I was smoking all my shit while y'all had the lights behind me." I said, "Well, that's good. Appreciate it." So we found one on the floorboard, tested. And the next thing you know, he says, "God damn it. If I'd known that motherfucker was down there, I'd have reached down there and picked it up and smoked that motherfucker too." I was like, well, guess what? You're going to jail. Stupid fuck.
Smoke it up.
He was there like, if I had known that there was more rocks on the floorboard of the car, I'd have fucking smoked it while y'all was behind me. I didn't give a shit. And I was like, well, and this dude's like sweating his ass off too. He's like, it's like October, and I mean, these dudes got like a full ass body sweat and shit.
I didn't get this call. I was working still uniform patrol 20 fucking years ago. This was it was a town at the time. I think it's classified as a city now. But when crack was real big, this person actually called and reported, excuse me, I had to readjust my mic. It was sideways. This person actually called and reported that someone had stole their crack and wanted to report on it. It's like, what? Yep, stolen crack. I said, what they should have done was get some crack and go and say, "Hey, is this your crack?" And he said, "Yeah, that's mine." And he took it. Then arrest him for possession of crack after he identified it being his crack. Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if that, I don't think crack has.
So then we had a
numbers.
theft. We had a theft and a fucking possession charge. Both of them go to jail.
But no, I mean, you got a recovery of the theft, and you go to jail for your crack. I had a guy
2 for 2 that night. That's what you call a double.
Yeah,
that's a double, man. That's a double.
Let me tell you what. I mean, I understand some of these people that use drugs don't make the best decisions in the world. Obviously,
No.
them using drugs.
No.
I got called to a parking lot crash, which is basically damaged property. 2 vehicles in the parking lot hit each other. This was at a stop and rob. I pull up. This guy had backed up and hit this other vehicle. It wasn't a lot. I mean, it was very, very minor damage. When I get there, all the people are. There's one guy. He is just running his fucking mouth like nonstop. I'm like, dude, just be quiet. I need this information. It's right to crash. He's still trying to blame these other people like it's their fault. And I think they were at the fucking gas pumps. They weren't even in their fucking car when he hit their car, but it's their fault. And I'm like, look, dude, shut up. And he won't fucking shut up. So at this point, I'm like, all right. So usually I wouldn't have done it on a normal situation. Well, I checked this motherfucker. Well, no, he has a warrant for his arrest. So I get a little smirk on my face because I go, "You're a stupid motherfucker. Now you're going to go to jail for this little fucking," I forget what the warrant was for. So I cuff him, search him. I'm like, "What's this in your front pocket?" He had this fucking bulge, and not big balls, but he had something in the front pocket. "Oh, that my nuts. Those my nuts." No, this fucker's not even that smart. "Oh, that's my bag of Xana bars." So I pull this shit out. It's like a fucking sandwich bag. He's got 28 fucking Xana bars in this motherfucker.
Oh,
you know, which if y'all don't know, people, that's a felon. That's a felony.
Now you got ball sweat all over your Xana bars.
Yeah.
You're trying to sell, and people will take them. People will do them.
That's enough for fucking distribution charge. And I'm like, so I charged when his ass went to jail. I'm thinking, if this motherfucker, because I guess he was high or whatever, just fucking stupid, or probably a little mixture of both. If he'd just shut the fuck up, I would have never checked warrant. So he goes to jail for fucking a felony and a warrant because he's so fucked up and stupid.
Well, that's like that dude. Like another time when I was in training, when I was with my FTO, we were right there on, another road. we just all watched his car pull out of the storage unit. Just pulled out a storage unit, ran up on the road, and almost hit us. And they turned into this church where they hit the chain. Hit this chain on the chain that was like, denying access into the church parking lot. And we ended up turning around and coming back. And
the days we live in, people, all the churches now have to chain up their driveways so people.
And it wasn't like it was some big ass heavy ass chains, like some little fucking
like little yellow plastic ones or something.
Like you hit it and just snapped. It just boom. It wasn't like it was doing anything. It wasn't like it was helping them out. So we pulled a boy over and one of the dudes decided to run. So he ran across the street. We caught him. And he gets up and here you got I'm not without saying my weight, you got me and another guy, another deputy out there, and we're both together probably about 450, 500 pounds maybe. And this dude runs across the road and runs into the woods and trips on this fucking oak root in the goddamn ground and just doubles over, right? And he's just he just bounces up and goes into this stance and then we're just standing there and he's like, and you can see in his face, he's just like, oh, fuck. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. And he starts, comes up with his fists and everything. And we're sitting there kind of looking at each other like, is this motherfucker for real? I mean, is he really going into some defensive stance like he wants to do something? So we ended up, using minimal force necessary to subdue the subject.
I watched Karate Kid.
He's up there doing the swan technique.
Wax on, wax off your ass.
He hits the swan technique like he's going to what the fuck you. What are you going to do here? So we end up bringing him back and his partner. I shit you not, the dude's at least 6'8", fucking 6'8" and shit. So we end up taking them all, and we even asked we even searched the guy and everything, and we get to the now this guy's got a freaking ankle monitor on. This dude's 6'8", right? He's got a fucking ankle monitor on from Texas. How in the fuck are you all the way over here without nobody making no phone calls? And so we get this dude in the jail, and we searched him and everything, and somehow, some way, this dude was able to put 28 fucking Adderalls in a little plastic bag and put them right behind the ankle monitor. And
really?
He's fucking looking at us like, well, I didn't know that was there. Oh, really? So it wasn't rubbing on your fucking ankle and shit? Or, I'm trying to figure out how you got this shit in there with no fucking gap in between the ankle monitor and his ankle. We're like, how the fuck you get him in there? So now here we are. Now here we are.
He went into the jail with the drugs.
In the Sally Port. When they went in the Sally Port when they found it, he's just like, I said, man, you just caught that. You just caught another felony, dude. He looks at us like, come on, man. Come on, bro. You didn't search me properly. I said, I asked you outside. You got anything else that's going on? It's going to get you in any trouble. And your dumb ass said no. So guess what? You about to get butt raped in this bitch now for being stupid. Fucking dumbass.
I don't know how the pills got behind my ankle monitor.
No,
say my ankle monitor. I just decided to
stupid, man. It's like where did y'all, and then you get these ones that, you sit there and you get them in the unit and they start fucking crying, bitching, moaning, and oh man, I can't believe you're taking me to jail. And then 2 seconds later, like, man, you know what? You're really doing me a favor. What? I'm doing you a favor? I'm like, yeah, man, I need to clean up. I said, well, good. I'm introducing you to the fucking Paris Paris Rehab Center. It's called the jail.
Yeah.
Shit. Taking a fucking ride.
I got a story when this is, like I said, this is a very, very old one too, 20-something years ago. Plus, I was on uniform patrol working nights. We arrested this big old guy. This is a big motherfucker. He was, 6'5" plus, 350 pounds or whatever. This guy was a fucking monster. Anyway, he gives no problem. I forget what I arrested him for. We had him cuffed, and I was bringing him to the jail. He wasn't that far of a ride. It was probably 10, 15-minute ride to the jail from where I was at. Well, I guess he thought I was a dumb rookie or whatever, but on our way to the jail, he kept giving me this. Man, these handcuffs are too tight, man. You need to pull over and loosen these handcuffs. You gotta, man, come on. Well, first of all, I'm not that stupid, because for people that aren't in law enforcement, this motherfucker was wanting me to pull over by herself in, you know, a rural area, open the door, and to loosen the handcuff, I'm going to have to release it and release his handcuff. And I'm sure if I'd have done that, the fight would have been fucking on.
Oh, yeah, always.
And this was a big, like I said, I'm not a small guy. This is a big old motherfucker. I'm like, we're almost there. You'll be all right. So, of course, this is pissing him off. So he starts, you know, he's telling me he's fucking my mama, my sister, my auntie, you know, he's pimping out this, and he's just talking about all this shit. And like I said, I'm not saying a word. I'm just letting him go on and on. We get him to the jail. At the time, this was an older jail. We're in a booking room, and I put them on a bench where they have these poles bolted to the walls. Well, where you handcuff the prisoners.
Right.
Well, I handcuffed them to both hands on each one. So he's handcuffed to the wall. Both arms are handcuffed to the wall because I just get that gut feeling of shit, you know.
Right.
So I'm in there. Like this a long time ago, so we still handwriting everything. So I do my booking work and ask him, you know, stuff. And the whole time he's in there talking about how he's, you know, fucking this person, fucking that one, and, you know, calling me all kind of names and accusing me of being, you know, certain ways. And he looks at me, he's like, I want my phone call. I'm like, for what? I need to call my mama to get me out. I said,
it's always the big dudes, man. That want to call mama.
Call mama. Well, I'm done with my paperwork this time, so I'm getting ready to hand it off to the jailer. I look at him, I said, don't worry about it. I'll let your mama know where you at. What do you mean? I said, I'm going to let your mama know where you at. After I pulled my dick out her mouth, this motherfucker tried to rip them fucking bars out the wall.
I bet he did.
Trying to get to me, you hear me? He was hooping on me. Okay, motherfucker. Now, this motherfucker just talked about how he was pimping my mama and doing all this stuff.
But then it's not okay when you do it to them.
Gets pissed off when he found out that his mama was sucking my dick. Well, she really wasn't sucking my dick, but
hey, karma. It's called karma. He got his.
Hey, If you want to put it out, be prepared to take it, motherfucker.
See, that's like,
he wanted to, I feel sorry for that poor jailer. I said, here, he's all yours. And I fucking walked out.
Yeah, you done riled him up for the jail.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, you know, where I'm currently at. We went to a, what's it called? This dude decided that he was going to run over the gas pump to kill himself. He's, you know, having, you know, 20. I'm looking at, I'm thinking, and I saw, you know, I went back, looked at the video and shit, and I'm sitting here thinking, does this guy even fucking know that if he hits that pump, it's not going to do shit?
They watch too many movies.
Too many movies.
They think shit. Like, they run a gas pump and the whole gas station.
It takes a pretty big amount of a flash or something to fucking set it off. And then when you hit it, it has an automatic emergency shut off.
Yeah.
So this dude fucked his truck up, and he's having these, you know, suicidal thoughts and shit. So he decides to go into the next town over and gets picked up. He gets caught there, so they bring him back, and so we get to the jail. You know, it's this current apartment. The jail's pretty far away from where I'm at, so it's like a 30-minute ride. So we get up there, and you know, I'm typing up, you know, the little, you know, doing all the paperwork. I do everything for him, and in the holding cells, this other guy that's been in there for a hot minute, and he's just like, and I'm sitting there typing, you know, on the laptop that's provided for us at the jail, and I can just hear this, wait till you get in this cell, boy. And I look up and I'm looking around like, who the fuck is saying this? And it didn't dawn on me, it was a dude in the fucking holding cell, like right behind where this dude was sitting at. So I'm sitting there, and this dude fucking, again, I put my head down and start typing. I hear this, where'd you get in this cell, boy? And about the time I kind of, so finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to catch this motherfucker who's saying this. So I'm sitting there, and I kind of got my eyes over the top of the monitor, just kind of monitoring to see who the fuck's saying it. And like, as soon as he fucking says it, yeah, I just look up, I pop my head up, and I go, what? You talking to me? And his eyes lit up, and he, no sir. And I'm like, bullshit, I think you want a fucking date. I think you want to go on a date with me, bro. I think you want to go on a fucking date with me. I tell you what, he's like, man, I'm getting out in 4 days, so I'll see you on the 5th day for that date, right? And he's fucking sitting there, don't know what to do. And, you know, this dude's already been in jail for a hot minute. And he's already got like a bunch of charges for man on man love and shit. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, hey man, I'll see you in about 5 days and 4 days, whatever it was. Man, I'm going home to my kids. Well, I said, apparently you swing that fucking bat both ways, don't you, buddy? And he's just like, no, I don't. I said, I'm sitting here listening to you pitch and woo to this dude sitting in the fucking on the bench here. You gonna sit there and tell me you ain't going both ways, bro? And he said, no, I got 4 kids. I said, that don't mean shit. You could have 5, 10, 15 kids. I don't give a fuck. That don't mean you don't like men and women. But I tell you what, though, I said, I'll be waiting for you, buddy. I'll be outside waiting for your fucking ass. And he the jailers are just, they're kind of like laughing behind me. I can hear him like getting all loud laughing and shit. And I said, and then finally one of them just goes, oh, it ain't too funny when it's the other way around, is it, huh, buddy? When they want when they want your ass, it's not okay. But when you want to get theirs, it's all right, you know. And so I tell you, that dude was like, that guy was looking at me like he was petrified.
Some motherfuckers like talk shit when they're in prison.
Oh yeah.
When I was working at the jail one time, we actually had an incident. We thought it was a rape at first.
I've never worked at jail, so I mean, I don't have no stories from the jail, just in the book in there.
It wasn't a rape. Come to find out, this is when they were still. I don't think they're allowed to anymore. I don't know if they can in state prisons or not, but this is when they're still allowed to smoke inside the prison or the jail, however you want to put it. And
so this dude's asking when he asked for a cigarette.
No, this
really
guy,
because he after just did the deed, right?
This guy came to us. It was like 2 o'clock, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. This guy came to us. You know, I need to go to the Sarge. I need to go to the hospital. Blah blah blah. What's wrong? Well, he was bleeding out of his ass. His ass was bleeding. Well, the reason was because he decided, because he didn't have no commissary money, because his people didn't like him. This dude traded his ass for some fucking buglers.
So the crackers.
The bugler cigarettes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the crackers. They got,
remember the buglers in the can. You have to roll your own cigarette. Yeah, he traded his ass for some fucking hand rolled cigarettes, man. And I guess the other guy was very large or something, because he tore the fuck out this dude's ass. I think he had to get like 4 or 5 stitches or something like that. Yes, you never know what you may experience working in jail with this. It wasn't a rape. The guy.
I hope he gave him at least a pack of cigarettes for all that he took.
Should have been a whole fucking can of that shit.
I'd have been like, am I working for the can? Or am I working for one fucking cigarette?
But this guy gave up his booty hole because he needed his cigarettes. So.
Oh my God!
I'm telling what you may see in jails. It's not like the TV and movies.
Yeah, they don't depict it that well.
They depict stuff so much different. It's like if you shoot, in all the movies and TVs, if you shoot a car and a couple of times in the back where the gas tank is, it will explode into flames. Which, people, that's not going to happen. Bullets are made out of lead. Leads don't spark.
Nope.
Which you can't have an ignition source without the spark. Thus, the gasoline will not ignite. Okay, when you see movies and you see all these sparks and stuff from the bullets bouncing off of shit, that's for movie purposes. So that's not how it works in real life.
No, things just don't blow up on their own and shit. From a 9 mil hitting the fucking gas tank. Oh shit! Look at that big ass explosion! What that 9 mil did. That's called effects, special effects.
They actually brought some old cars from a junkyard one time. They put gas, like several gallons of gas in these car gas tanks, and we'd shoot the shit out of them, and that never blew up.
Well, it's just like
put some tannerite in them motherfucker,
it's just like when you're on patrol in a third world country, and I know you see all these different videos of all these roadside bombs that go off and stuff and everything, and you see the movies where they reenact everything and reincarnate shit, and you're like, it's a big ass fireball. No, it's not a big ass fireball. It's a lot of, the fire comes after the bomb is blown up, after everything's caught fire and it's got to a flash point and starts burning, because aluminum does burn.
Yeah.
And and like you sit there and like I've seen them. I had one go off in front of me with another truck, and it was a weak one, but it didn't. There was no big huge fireball and all this dynamic smoke and orange shit going everywhere. So that's not always the truth. So,
No, real life is not as pretty or as cool as they make it out to be.
That's why it's called a movie, so it garners your attention. But
also, if you shoot somebody in the shoulder in the movie, depending on if you're the bad guy, you will die immediately. If you're the good guy, you will.
It's a long, drawn out process.
You will pull the bullet out with your teeth and continue shooting.
Throw some quick clot in there and keep going.
Yes. It's like people don't understand. It's like because that's TV and movies that sensationalize stuff so much. You can shoot somebody. I mean, I haven't done it. From my experience being around different stuff, but somebody can get shot as well as they could take 2 or 3 bullets and be laying there.
Yeah.
And they could live for a long time, not die at all. In the movie, you can get shot one time and you just fall on the ground and you're dead.
No, it's just, it's like in that movie Shooter when he goes in the bathroom. I just need some sugar. Some water, and some tubing. And I'm like, that just cleans everything up right away. You're healed. I mean, bullshit.
Instant.
That shit don't happen overnight.
Instant. Yeah. So,
but it's like, right now, it's like where I'm at right now. It's not too bad, but we have our moments and everything. I think we all have our moments where you're just like, what the fuck? Right now, I think we're up to like, holy shit. I think, it's like instead of just, calling and saying, hey, we need a patrol request. No, we got to fucking email the shit. And it's like, right now, I think we're up to like 60 fucking patrol requests. I mean, there's no way. There's only like 10 of us on a fucking shift, but them patrol requests, man, they're good in some ways, in some ways they're not.
Like I said, unfortunately, I've been a motorist. That's not unfortunate. But people will call in, like with us, without speeder complaints. Well, everyone that calls in, and some people will call in because one fucking car is speeding down their road. And it's like their road's got like 10 houses down it. They want us to come sit out there for like 3 hours and try to catch this one person. Like, well, we don't have nothing else to fucking do.
No.
Everybody thinks that their road is the only road that has speeders on it in whatever parish county you live in.
All right, so.
And if I come out there and, like a lot of places, like the other day, me and my sergeant went out. We went out for, a couple hours, and together we wrote 20-something tickets. I mean, we wrote a shitload of tickets. The people in that little area, they came out and thanked us. Guess what? The next day, they still gonna have the speeding problem. We can't come out to that same area every single day and do the same thing. If we did, you wouldn't have a speeding problem.
Yeah.
But is it realistic? No.
We can't be there. We can't dedicate ourselves to one road every day and just, okay, I'm going to sit there for 8 hours, 12 hours and attempt to catch this one person. There's no fucking way.
They got motherfuckers come. They don't, in the area we live in now, it keeps building fucking subdivisions everywhere. Well, it's like, I live in a straightaway. It's like a fucking freeway. Last night we was in there. They had fucking dude on one of these fucking crotch rockets, must have come by at 100 miles an hour. I just sat there and got quiet and listened because I'm waiting because it's going to happen.
Hit that fucking.
I'm going to hear that crash. Yep. I'm going to hear that fucking crash. Call me callous, call me mean, call me dick. I don't give a fuck. But guess what? If you're going to drive like that and be a dumbass on a parish road and you get killed, you will get no sympathy from the fucking Iceman. You hear me? You got what you deserve.
It's no different than you go on these fucking roads. They call ATVs on the roadway, go-karts on the roadway, golf carts on the roadway. I'm like, dude, how long has this been going on? You get out there, and how long has it been going on? Oh, a couple weeks now. So you wait fucking 2 weeks to call? Let me guess. So let me guess.
Somebody pissed somebody off.
In these 2 weeks, you pissed off the fucking HOA probably. HOA wants something fucking done. And then the HOAs, they get out. The HOAs think they're God anyway, so they think they fucking run shit. So you get out there and HOA's like, I want them cited for going on the grass. That's private property, motherfucker. Have a nice night.
Oh yeah. I lived in a subdivision once.
Never again.
At an HOA. Actually, it was when we were building the house, which we built it ourselves. I subbed it out. And this HOA came over, and I was burning the scrap wood.
Right.
Be advised, was not in any city limits. I was outside of the city limits. They come over there and told me I had to get a dumpster that I couldn't burn wood. Well, I told them,
fuck off, probably.
straight up, I said, first of all, I'm outside the city limits, so I'm not violating nothing. Second of all, who gave you permission to come on my property and tell me what the fuck I'm doing?
I'm the HOA president, motherfucker.
Well, we were at the HOA. I said, I don't give a fuck. I said, get off my property. I said, next time you come over here telling me what to do, I said, you might leave without teeth.
You know, speaking of an HOA, I had to go out to one call for that shit in this certain area of this parish. And this guy, this fucking dude, he's not planning on ever building. At the time he wasn't never going to build a house on the lot. He just keeps it empty so he can fucking fish off the bank in the fucking pond that's on the goddamn in the neighborhood, right? So
I guarantee you they called it a lake lot.
They called it something. And so I'm sitting there. I go out there and I have to go deal with this shit, right? Because so I stop off at the complaints house first. Stop at the complaints house. Who breaks out the fucking HOA rules? And I'm going, okay. So, but what do you want me to do? Well, he's violating this. I said, okay, I can just go talk to him and that's it because I can't
civil.
So I can't enforce his shit. So I go over there and I'm talking to the guy, and I said, look, so I go talk to him. The first thing he says is, I guess he let some friends come to the lot, the little empty lot of his, and let him put a fucking boat with a trolling motor on that bitch in the fucking lake. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
it's not gas powered.
So I'm just kind of just watching and everything. And he's like talking to me. He's like, he goes, so, you know, why are you out here harassing me? I said, sir, I was called out here for a complaint. Therefore, that's not harassment if I'm called out here to do something. So then he gets all pissy with me, and I'm explaining to him, look, it's just an HOA. I mean, it's an HOA rule. They can do this, this, and this. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I said, okay, that's fine. I said, if you got a problem with your fucking HOA, your president lives right fucking there. I pointed at the damn house, and I said, the fucking complaint's right here. So next time you have your monthly meeting, I think y'all need to hash some shit out. So he's like, well, what's your name? I said, what's your name? And he goes, what do you mean? I said, what's your name? And the guy, he goes, you asked me my name. I want to know your fucking name. And he's like, why you want to know my name? Because I want to make sure that I tell them who the fuck called and complained on me and is going to lie their fucking ass off. And he looks at me and goes, I said, do we need to go any fucking further with this? And he's like, no, sir, I guess we're done. I said, you goddamn right we're done. Because you're not going to sit here and get my name, go make up some bullshit, you know, call and speak to whoever, and then try to get me in trouble based off of what you told me.
Are you trying to tell me a civilian would call and complain?
Oh, of course they're not.
And lie on you?
Shit, it happens all the time. But if you don't get a complaint in this job, then there's a fucking problem. But that's okay.
If you go on any call,
because the next time I get a fucking McDonald's meal fucking wrong, if I'm McDonald's, I'm gonna call and make sure I complain the fuck on them and say they don't know the difference between a filet of fish and a fucking quarter pounder. We got a problem.
Oh, you don't want to start on me with fucking drive-through.
But the whole point was the guy got all pissy with me, and so basically I just flipped the script on him and said, so if you're gonna call, you want my name, I want your name, so I can tell them that you are a fucking liar when you call and lie on me. And that was pretty much into that discussion. He didn't want to have. He was just like, okay, well, all right, sir, I appreciate you coming out. So you take care. I hope to God I never ever see you again.
I've had people call.
But I mean,
lie.
But then speaking of that shit, but like, you know, you go out to, you get a call, like, I hate these fucking after the fact calls. You know, the crime occurred 10 hours prior, but you wait till fucking 10 hours later to fucking call. You get out like I was like current department. We went out to one of the notorious streets for drug activity and drive-bys and shit. Get out there and it's like, well, when did this occur? Oh, about 1:30 this morning. So here it's fucking 9:30, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I get over there and I was like, well, what the hell's going on? She's like, oh, I was in the woman said I was in the mobile home and you know, I heard some gunshots. Well, and then she's like, well, you know, gunshots are you know, they're pretty familiar over here. They happen all the time. And I was like, oh yeah, I know. You live in this shithole. I get it. And so I'm sitting there talking to her, and I'm like, so who'd you piss off? She's like, what do you mean? Who'd you piss off? I mean, to come and shoot 9 fucking times through your mobile home. By the way, went in the bathroom, out the bathroom, do the guest bedroom, and out the other side.
The walls of them
oh my God, and it's hilarious. I mean, it then went to the fucking mobile home next door through and through. So I'm like, so who hates you? She's like, nobody hates me. I'm like, okay, who are you seeing?
Who are you being intimate with?
Right. So yeah, getting to that, I'm gonna get to that. That's the whole point of this whole conversation. I'm sitting there like, so who are you seeing? What do you mean seeing? She goes, like, who are you dating? I was like, seeing. Or, I mean, whatever. Oh, I see a few. Well, how many's a fucking few? 1, 2, 7, 10. She's like, oh, I talked to a couple guys. I'm like, okay, so have you pissed any of these dudes off lately?
You pissed any of their wives or girlfriends off?
Right. So she's like, not that I know of. I'm going, so, and by the way, her mama's sitting there looking at her like my daughter's a fucking whore.
Slut.
And shit, sucking dick and all this bunch of good stuff she does and everything in her off time. So therefore,
But I like spending the money she brings.
so before I get up to the house, I haven't even been in the house yet. So I walk up to the fucking mobile home and I walk inside the door and like, they didn't like even air this fucker out. So I get up to the fucking door and I'm walking in and I'm like, I said, next time before you call the police, why don't you air this motherfucker out? Because I feel like I'm walking in where y'all like smoked like all fucking night, a couple pounds or kilos, where the fuck you got in here. And she's looking at me like, and she's like looking at, and mom's looking at me like, looking at her like she's about ready to slap the fuck out of her. So I'm walking, and I'm like, so I'm walking in there and I smelled it. And I'm sitting there, I look at her and go, damn, man, what the fuck? How much? I was like, damn, how much did you smoke in here last night? She's like, oh. And I'm going, wait a second. Okay. Do you have any left? She's like, no, we smoked it all. I said, bullshit. I was like, bullshit. You got some shit in this house right now. But, you know, being the guy that I am, this is the drive-by shooting is more important than the fucking dope right about this point. So I'm kind of like, I don't give a fuck. So I'll just send that courtesy email to fucking narcotics and let them deal with this shit because I'm not going to deal with it. And, but I tell you what, man, that they shot 9 40 cal rounds through that mobile home's bathroom. Fucking 4 of them exited on the opposite side and hit the next mobile home, which is her cousin's trailer. So that pissed off her fucking cousin.
Well, thank God nobody got hit.
Oh yeah, but she was in her mama's master bedroom. If she had been in that bedroom that she was in,
So obviously they were coming for her, not mama. They knew where her bedroom was.
Exactly. They knew where her bathroom was and her bedroom was. Because I tell you what, them rounds went about probably 6 to 8 inches right across the top of the fucking bed and shit. So she was very lucky to be in her mom's.
Blunt ain't real.
So I'm gonna tell you right now.
Take your ass to real
I know
jail,
for a
nigga.
fact. You know, I was just like, I'm like sitting there going. So finally, I had to break it down to her, and when she said, I said, how many are you seeing? And then she's like, how many are you fucking? Which one is it? And that's the whole point was that I had to sit there and she kind of looked at me like seeing. I say, okay, who are you intimate with? Well, I really, what do you mean? I was like, okay, how many fucking dudes are you letting them fucking throw their schlong in you and fucking, and are coming over here every fucking night? I mean, is it like a revolving door in here or fucking what? And everything.
She didn't have one of them things that she pulled the number at the front door.
No, she's got like the red light. As soon as one goes, the red light goes out. And then when one's en route, it's, oh, hey, look, when you pull in the driveway, look, the red light's going to be on.
If the porch light's on, it's safe. If it's off, come back later.
Red light means, like in Germany, open for business. We're accepting all major credit cards or traveler's checks or whatever you got.
You talking about that weed reminds me. We responded to an alarm call one time. House alarm went off. Got there. I think back door, kind of side door was ajar a little bit. Go in, clear the house. Somebody probably forgot to secure the door and the wind or something opened it and it went off. But while walking around the house, like I said, didn't search or anything. But while walking around, I noticed like they had an ashtray full of fucking roaches, and not the common house roaches.
Not the German roaches?
No, type of the green leafy roaches in their ashtray. So I feel like
man.
me being the concerned, law enforcement officer I am, I took my card out and said, we checked your house. Everything was secure. Call if you need anything. And I set it right there on the ashtray with all the fucking marijuana roaches in it. I said if they had anything in the house, the motherfucker probably got home and started flushing shit. Say, oh fuck, narc's gonna raid us. They know we got weed now. Because I wish I could have seen their face when they come home and seen that fucking card sitting on their ashtray full of weed.
Now, see, I was pretty embarrassed at one time. We were on another place, another long stretch of road in this parish. Pulled over this fucking, you got them troll cars, man, with no headlight and fucking all taped up and shit. Like they got like the bumper taped to the fucking frame and shit and all that. It's kind of like one of them trucks. So we pulled over and this female was in the truck. She's like, so known for having narcotics. She's like known for having narcotics. So pull her over and we're sitting there talking to her and she got this, the white baggie full of fucking like Percocets and shit or whatever, bunch of opiates. And she's just like, oh, those are for my dad. In a clear plastic cellophane bag, right? They're for your fucking dad. Well, I'm going to pick him up right now. These are for him. I said, okay, so you mean to tell me right now? So basically, so we had made a couple other drug arrests that night, a lot of marijuana arrests. So and the fucking inside the unit smelled like a goddamn fucking evidence room. So their husband's with her. So we're taking both of them to jail because both of them are catching the charge, right? So we put old boy and her in the back of the fucking unit. And the first thing this dude comes out of his mouth is, fuck, y'all taking us to jail? Shit, your goddamn car smells like a fucking evidence room. Y'all should be going to fuck to jail. And I was like, man, shut the fuck up. So I mean, we just hadn't made a drop yet in the fucking evidence room.
He's like, this fucking cop smoking more weed.
He goes, man, y'all smell like y'all having a fucking good time up in here. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I said, you act like we ain't working. The motherfucker, it's only midnight. You act like you don't even know how many fucking arrests we done made prior to y'all's dumbasses. And he's the whole time that dude's bitching, like going, man, fuck that. You motherfuckers got all this. Y'all smell like y'all got about a kilo in the back of the fucking car. I'm going, if you only knew, bitch.
It's like you knock on them doors. You knock on the door just to ask somebody a question or something like that, and they got a house full of weed, and all you hear is this.
It's like, oh, did somebody who just took a shit? Who just took the shit?
Flushing all their shit down the toilet.
Oh, no, that's a good one. I got one for that, too. We were out in good old, down there in Swampland, which is south of I-10. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right? I-12, I'm sorry, south of I-12. Yeah. And over there in them swamp rat area, fucking a certain area. Go to a house, man. Look, these motherfuckers done barricade themselves in the fucking mobile home, right? Now, mobile homes they're sealed, but they aren't sealed perfectly. When you walk around the mobile home and all you smell is fucking just the weed permeating from the goddamn seams of this motherfucker. So we're sitting there and we're at the front door. We got a couple of deputies there. We're sitting at the front door giving commands to come out. We're like, okay, fuck. We know they're in there flushing their shit, man, flushing everything down because you could hear the fucking toilet. Well, this bright fuck, let me tell you what he did. We were there for an armed robbery, like of a and everything of a drug deal that went bad, and we're sitting out there, got all the fucking spotlights on the goddamn mobile home, and everybody at this point nobody wants to come out because and shit. So we're fucking giving commands, and there's some. On the side, the way the trailer was in there, I guess the laundry room was on the same side, and the trailer was facing us. You see this motherfucker take the dryer vent. You see the weapon just drop from the fucking dryer vent to the ground outside the fucking mobile home. We're like, is this really fucking happening? I mean, is this motherfucker that stupid?
They're not gonna see this.
No, we didn't see the nickel-plated fucking firearm just fucking drop from the goddamn bottom. I mean, literally from the bottom. You see this bright shiny shit with all the lights on it drop and hit the fucking ground, and then but then we get everybody out of the fucking mobile home and shit.
Well, they're probably so stupid. They probably thought it was a whole pipe that went somewhere.
First thing we asked that dude was, "Hey man, you got any weapons in the house?" He's like, "No, we ain't got none." Well, no shit, because you dropped them. Do you remember that one you dropped out the dryer chute? No, we didn't have none. No, we didn't drop none on the dryer chute. Motherfucker, seriously? We watched it, you dumb fuck. We watched the son of a bitch fucking gun drop from the fucking trailer to the ground. It's still sitting there. And they're like, bro, you don't see that shit over there? And like, oh, I don't see nothing. I see weeds. I said, yeah, I bet you do got weeds on your fucking mind right now. But dude, that shit was like fucking hilarious. I mean, just the shit you see and the shit people. It's like watching Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra tap dance out there, bro. Fuck. I mean, it's like, hey man, you should do stand up. You should go fucking go on the road.
It's not like most bad guys are, criminal masterminds, or they wouldn't be.
I mean, I used to sit there and think like, damn, I mean, are they really that fucking stupid? Like when they got one that, like when you got one guy puts a fucking a bag, like he's gonna sit there and tell me that, oh, that's not my bag. And I'm like, well, whose bag is it? Oh, that's her bag. Her bag. What the fuck? It's right behind you in the seat. No, it ain't my bag. Bullshit. And so then I started going through I said, I'll tell you what then. Reach your hand. I want to see, stay where you're at, because that's where I'm going to show you where I got the bag from. I want you to reach your hand back there and see if, I just want you to go reach your hand behind the seat and I just want to see something. So he takes his fucking hand and goes behind the seat. So yeah, it's within arm's length. Guess what? It is yours, bitch. You catching that one.
I think it's really good when a lot of these guys, they will throw their girlfriends under the bus in a heartbeat.
Oh shit, yeah.
Trying not to go
Fuck
to jail.
yeah, they're like,
I love you, honey. Send me some money.
Put it on. What do they put it on my books?
Put it on my books. I need some Zuzus.
I need something for commissary. God damn it.
I need some Zuzus. It's like, it's bad. I've watched some men just totally just like, it's like, that's her drugs. I'm like, really? Wow. I mean, it's his shit. And he's like, and then you got them stupid bitches like, yes, that's my drugs.
Or you got them dudes that like they sit there and try, like you do a search on them, and you pull out heroin, and it's brown in color, and the dude sits there and goes, "So hey, what's that? That's brown sugar, motherfucker. Why do you got brown sugar in your pocket?
Well, I use it in my coffee."
Yeah, why you got brown sugar by your nuts? You were trying to make them sweet. I mean, you trying to get when you drop the pants for her. I mean, does it taste like cane syrup or what when it fucking comes out and shit?
My salted chocolate balls. Lick it.
It's like here, just taste the tip. The tip tastes nothing but the tip tastes like fucking. The tip tastes like goddamn brown sugar and motherfucker. I mean,
would you like to suck on my cinnamon stick?
Are the one you get the ones that they'll start crying and shit. And they start crying on you. Oh man, my mama's gonna kill me. No problem. Here, you want to call her? Here, let's call her up right quick. See what she really thinks about you right about now. Did that shit.
Well, the best part is if you want to see a bunch of Christian people, the newly found saviors go to court when the inmates come in, when they're doing jail calls, because everybody finds Jesus in jail.
Oh yeah.
I had a judge one time I was working.
Bring that 18 by 24 fucking Bible with them up to jail.
All of the inmates walk in shackled together and stuff. It was bond reduction or some bullshit like that. And I'll come in. The motherfuckers, all of them carrying their Bibles. The judge actually, I think he's retired now, but he looked and he's like, if you people would have started reading them Bibles before you got here, maybe I wouldn't be locked up in jail. He said, every one of you always coming here with them Bibles. I don't believe that crap. Don't believe, I guess they think they're so smart they're fooling people. I'm going to take my Bible to court so he will think, the judge will see that I am a Christian person.
I'm reborn in jail.
Reborn, saved. The jailhouse preacher baptized me out of the toilet.
No, they're reborn after getting that dick in the ass. That's what it's from.
It's like I've never seen. I mean, it's like, hey, if they do get reborn, find them, fine. But most of them is bullshit. They're just trying to run a con.
They want that reduced sentence because they're tired of getting fucked in the ass. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, all of them. If you want to find Jesus, he's in jail.
Now I'll tell you,
I put Jesus in jail before, but I think they said you pronounce his name Jesus. But it was fucking, his name was Jesus. He was in jail. So I'm in jail. I got subpoena, for jail one time. I'm up there. And there's this certain judge up there who
read every statute before he makes a sentence. Before he imposes a sentence on someone, right?
Some of these statutes are very, very long.
And he will read it. I swear to God, he read it. He read it, the whole damn thing. And so, at the end of one of them, it says, with or without hard labor for a minimum of 10 years. Minimum 10, right? So we're talking like he can only give him 10 or more, right? So he's sitting there, and that guy goes, Judge, I heard everything you said, but I just want 5.
We're going to negotiate.
So fucking the judge kind of looks at him like, what? He goes, did you hear what I just said, though? Did you hear everything I just said? Everything I just said. And he's like, yes, sir. But I only want 5. Okay, well, I'm going to read it to you again. So he reads the motherfucking statute again. He says, all right, you understand now? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I understand. All right, so, but Judge, I just want 5. I just need 5. It's like the motherfucker saying, I just need 5. For what? What's it gonna do? Clear everything up? I mean, what's it gonna do? Make you a clean slate?
Yeah, we're gonna negotiate. So, how many years would you like to go to prison for? Oh, you only want to do like 2. You did 2. You did 3 hours. Okay, you're free to go. Okay.
So then he's like, so then the judge is like, so the judge is like, what the fuck, man? You can see in his face. He's like, is this motherfucker retarded? The judge is probably questioning, like, I'm dealing with a fucking dumbass right now. So the judge looks at this dude and says, hey, sir, look, turn around. I want you to speak to that public defender sitting right there at that table next to you. So, and while he's sitting there with the public defender, what's he do? He reads the fucking statute again. That is the third fucking time the judge has read this fucking statute, right? So this dude,
you're about 3 hours into this.
So this fucking dude, while he's sitting down with a public defender, the public defender is kind of explaining everything that he's reading. So he gave him about another couple minutes to confer with the public defender. So he stands back up at the podium, and the judge is like, he's like, all right, do you understand? I know the public defender talked to you, and I know, and I read the statute again, and blah, and so on and so forth. He says, so you understand? He goes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I completely understand, but I still want 5. He goes, you see he throws the fucking book down, the fucking law book, and says, and just goes, 10. Fuck it. That dude's gone. I was like, and the public defender just kind of looked at him like, God damn, dude, you just pretty much fucking said, it's like he's in there going, I'm gonna roll the dice, see if he's gonna play craps and see if he's gonna give me fucking 5.
Well, some people think, you've probably had it done to you. Some people think that if they talk louder than you and over you, that means they win the conversation. You're just going to forget what you were doing.
No, it's just, yeah. It's
like, it's because you're screaming at me, won't let me get in a word in edgewise and talking really loud. That don't make you win the conversation or the argument or whatever else is going on.
It's just like a summons. You sit there and you fucking start writing the summons, and they start, fuck you, motherfucker. I'll fuck you up, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to kick your fucking ass. I said, I tell you what, I just take that summons, tear it up. We taking a ride. They're like, wait a second, man. Can we talk about it? I said, what the fucking talk about? You gonna sit here and talk shit behind me?
Yeah.
And while I'm writing up you a summons that's gonna let you get off and go home and sleep in your own bed tonight. But then you want to fucking be a smart ass and think you're
Billy Badass
back there with cuffs on. Fuck it, dude. We're going to the fucking jail. So I was like, yeah, fuck you, bro. We're done. Don't talk to me. Don't even say another fucking word. And shit. And come on. And that's when the crying starts. That's when the boo-hooing starts. That's when the, oh man, you so mean. You fucking shut the fuck up.
You're gonna ruin my life.
It's like, man, I went out to a call, man, with the current department, man. This is a fucking where the boyfriend fucking slapped the piss out of her, and she wants to write a statement and all this bunch of stuff. So she writes a statement and she's like, well, I don't want to pursue charges. I'm like,
she said why, or she don't want to?
Didn't want to. So I said, I'll tell you what, state's gonna pick it up. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of that for you. So basically, she tells me where her ex or whatever the fuck he is and everything. I asked her. I said, so look, I'm looking at her fingers, right? I was like, so what do you smoke? Well, I was like, what do you smoke marijuana? She's like, no, I smoke Mojo. I was like,
which is basically worse than fucking marijuana.
Yeah,
this shit
you're fucking smoking Mojo, and she's like, So I noticed a guy down the road, and this is one of fucking the area I work in, one of the famous mobile home parks that we always fucking have to go to. And
I refer to those as trailer hoods.
Yeah, there's something.
It's a trailer hood. See, and I can say that because I grew up in a trailer. I'm a trailer card. It's a trailer hood.
Well, I mean, back when I was growing up, mobile home parks were actually pretty nice. Now it's just like, what this is.
Most of them start out nice.
Yeah. Then it's like, when can I drop the next nuclear bomb on this bitch and make it a parking lot?
And most of them start out nice. The problem is as the trailers get older or the renters get pissed off and tear them up, people that own them don't want to fix them. So they just start renting them to anybody and anybody.
And then when they step to a fucking floor, it's like, well, I told you the fucking floor was bad there. Well, then put a piece of plywood over that bitch or something. Fuck. So basically, I see this guy down the he's on like the little right of way and stuff, and he's watching what I'm doing and the other deputies doing, and so I gotta make contact with him. He's all being a fucking asshole. Before I can even ask him what's going on, he's like, "Don't come on my property." I was like, "Where the fuck does your property start, motherfucker? This is a dirt road. Where's your property start at? Where's your little lot start at?" So I get out, I ask him 2 or 3 times what his name, date of birth is. You know how everybody is. I don't have to tell you. Well, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
So when I started to escort him to the unit. That's when he starts realizing that, fuck, I may be going to jail. Well, my name's blah, 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 blah. Okay. So then I continue looking for my suspect. I let this guy know because he's being a fucking smart ass. So basically I start looking for my suspect. So I can't find him. So the next day, this one guy, he made a call and he made a complaint against me. It's like, okay, no, that's all right. Tomorrow I'm gonna go get everybody in that motherfucking park in that mobile home park that is a friend of yours and has a motherfucking warrant. That's what I did. So I went the next day looking for my suspect who had an FTA for 2 counts of burglary. So I went looking for his fucking ass, found him, and it's this old man, man. This old man's trailer, and he let this young cat live with him. Right, this is the one I was looking for. So I come up to the yard. And I say, "Hey, sir, is so and so up in there? Is so and so up in the trailer right now?" And he's like, "Oh yeah. He up in there with that girl yesterday. He beat the shit out of." Okay, appreciate it. I said, "Hey, anything else need to worry about in there?" He goes, "You got any firearms?" "Oh no, I ain't fucking nothing in that house." Okay. And he goes, "Matter of fact," this old guy said, "Matter of fact, you can go up in there if you want to." Oh, appreciate it. God damn. It's like everything was good to me.
Thank you very much.
It's like everything was given to me on a silver platter. I didn't even ask for it. It's like I went there asking for a morsel. I got a buffet. So I walk up in this fucking mobile home and I knock on the door, say the dude's name. He opens the door. I was like, "Hey, bro, what's going on?" Like, I said, you got two FTAs. We're gonna take a ride. You need a search warrant come at my house. I was like, what the fuck did I just say?
It's not your house. It's his house.
Right. So I looked at him. I said, did you not just hear what the fuck I said? You have 2 FTAs. That's failure to appears, you dumb fuck. That means I don't need a warrant.
Nope.
I have one. You already have one. You got 2 of them, matter of fact. So he wants to fucking argue with me. And I'm sitting there looking at him. And I'm going, dude, you need to he's like, well, if I'm going to jail, then I need a t-shirt. I said, nah, you good, bro. They got an orange suit down there waiting for your fucking name on it and some sandals too. I don't give a fuck right now. So then he says, you put your hands on me, it's game on. I said, no problem. I said, I tell you, you got 2 options, bro. 2 fucking options. 1, you can walk out of here in handcuffs with your dignity and self-respect intact. Or 2, you can walk out in handcuffs after I fuck you up when I put my hands on you, and with no dignity and respect intact. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's only about 2 ways you can get out of this mobile home right now. That's either out that window with the big-ass air conditioners in front of it, the window unit is, or through me. And by the way, my shoulder to shoulder, I was touching both walls in the hallway. And I said, there's not much space here for you to fucking squeeze through. I'm going to tell you that right now. So I said, make your decision, but think wisely. It's kind of like that movie, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And shit, choose wisely.
Yeah.
Choose the fucking cub wisely, bro.
Which one you want?
Which one you want to go? Nice and flashy, or you want to go out here in a cup that's looks like shit. Basically.
You can go to jail nice and pretty, or
you can go to jail.
You can go to jail
all
after
fucked
you
up.
top at the hospital, get checked out.
So old boy stands up, right? And I guarantee you, them two fucks are in there smoking mojo like probably all fucking night and all day, because every time I fucking looked at her, and she knew I was, because I was the one that took the report from her the day before, and her fucking face was just like, oh, fuck, why do you have to come find him? Fuck. So on the way to the jail, we get in the car, get him in the unit, get him, going up to the jail. He starts talking shit, oh, that's my family member that made a complaint on you. Your ass gonna go to fuck the jail too. And I said, that's pretty funny. Look who's driving, bitch. And who the fuck's driving this car? It looks like I am. So then as we get to the jail, he's all fucking bitching, moaning, talking about getting his phone call and stuff. And
I need to call my lawyer.
So then I look at him and he starts bitching. You ain't got nothing on me. My girlfriend didn't even want to pursue charges because the state's picking it. I said, bro, let me tell you something.
You arrested him on a warrant.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? The batteries from the day before. I was like, you're a fucking stupid fuck. So then I look at him. I go, let me tell you something, man. Number one, you're the one that beat the fuck out of your old lady. Two, she's the one that wrote this fucking statement up, told me where you was living at. So naturally, you don't think I'm gonna come back and look for you the next day. Three, she's the one that told me everything. So if you don't like it, then when you get out, you can take it up with her. So, and you're the one that, and I'm not
go beat her ass again so I can arrest you.
Exactly.
Again.
I was like, I'll come back and make a surprise visit. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? And I said, so what? And then fine. And then I'm like, it's what you need to do is sit back, shut the fuck up, take your lick, and deal with it. So when you get out, you can go take it up with your girlfriend. And I saw him a couple months later. They're both out there in the front yard. I guess they scrounged up some money in order to go buy some food to eat. I don't know.
People, the frustration, big frustration in law enforcement is working domestic violences. You get called.
I want to pursue charges. Then they call and say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to pursue charges no more.
The dude done beat the shit out the woman. 90% of the time. Now, there are the occasions where the woman done beat the shit out of a man. Which I'll tell a story about that in a minute. But the frustration is we go out there in domestic violence and disturbance calls are one of the most dangerous calls you can take in law enforcement because emotions are running through the roof as it is already. But the guy done beat the shit out the woman already. You effect your arrest. We arrest the people and put them in jail. Time you get to court, the same woman that just got the shit beat out of her
decided to drop charges.
She's refusing to testify and dropping charges because he done promised to change. Oh, I love him. He loves me. Yada yada yada. Then 2-3 weeks later, guess what? We're back out there because he done beat the shit out of her again. And it's a never-ending cycle with these people. And you do it over and over and over again until either the guy kills the woman, or or she just finally gets enough feelings. But I don't. It's very frustrating because we give them the numbers, the places to call to get help. They have these battered women's shelters.
Yep.
Get the fuck out, ladies. If you're involved in that, go get the help. Get out of the situation. No woman deserves to get beat on. I don't think
a man should get beat on either.
No, either way. But I totally despise a man.
Yeah, but
that fucking puts his hand on a woman.
Yeah, but women on men is like, the percentage is like a lot lower than the other way around. Yeah,
but I despise a man that puts his hands on a woman.
It's like
you're just as bad as a pedophile in my.
the whole time. I went to one the whole time, man. He pushed her, and then a couple minutes later, she picks up a fucking frying pan and throws it at him. So they both went to jail. And the funny thing is, on the way to the jail,
I love you, honey.
Oh no! It's totally opposite. In the back of the unit, he ain't saying a fucking thing, and the whole time she's like, "God, you're such a pussy for calling the police. You're such a pussy motherfucker for calling the police." And I'm sitting up front, you don't want to laugh, but it's kind of like, I just kind of like put my hand over my mouth, and the whole time she's like, "God, I can't believe I married a fucking pussy. God damn, you're such a pussy, man. You know what? Fuck you, man. We're done. I'm going to go find a real fucking man with some real dick." She's just saying all this shit. I'm sitting there and just going, damn. Like, talk about being demoralized, man. I mean, all that. And it's fun. And the sad part is that whole fucking, everything she said was public record because they can take that shit and take it to court And I'm going, dude, you got called a pussy on public record and shit. I mean, pretty much.
God. Look, we're going to take us a short break right now, and we will be right back. Welcome back. We are back from break. My bladder feels better. Sure, I didn't give a fuck about that, but I had to piss. So, I'm coming back from break. We're going to start back from break with my in the news section. I found this one kind of funny. It says we all know the presidential election year is up this year, November. We got to vote.
Yeah.
And they're pushing to get people registered to vote. This one is from Atlanta, Georgia. The push is getting interesting. This guy name is Ron Timms. Now, he recently checked his mail and found a voter registration application addressed to Cody Timms. Cody Timms is Ron's cat who died 12 years ago.
Well,
he said it was a great cat. It was an indoor and outdoor cat, and he loved his family and loved his neighbors. He was 18 and a half when he passed away. The Timms were surprised and a bit amused when they saw Cody receive the mail. He said, there's a huge push, but if they're trying to register cats, I'm not sure who else they're trying to register. I'm not sure if they're trying to register dogs, mice, snakes, whatever, to vote. The Secretary of State office said the application did not come from their office. There's third-party groups that use mailing lists and mail out this voter registration crap.
Bullshit.
Yes. It says third-party groups all over the country are targeting Georgia to help register qualified individuals, the Secretary's office said. This group makes you wonder what these out-of-town activists are really doing. Making no mistake about it, the office is dedicated to investigating all types of fraud. The Secretary's office said it is quite sure that even if Cody were still alive and showed up at the polls, he wouldn't be able to vote since he does not have a license or a state ID. And the owners did say that if anybody's wondering if Cody was still alive and if Cody did go vote, but he would be, his registered party would be Democrat. So he'd be a Democrat. That's fucked up, people. That just shows you what's going on out there. These fucking, they said voter registration. I got 5 Great Danes.
But if the cat voted, would he be a pussy?
I don't know. I got 5 Great Danes, and I mean, if we're registering dogs and shit, I mean, I got a shitload of votes in my house.
I mean,
they wouldn't be Democrats.
So basically, they sent an application, a voter's card to the cat. So if the cat didn't vote, they could at least call him a pussy.
Yeah, a dead cat. The 12-year-old, the cat's dead for 12 years. So. No, speaking of, I remember I got a niece. My sister told me when my niece was like 2 years old, some credit card company actually mailed her a credit card in the mail with like a $500 credit limit on it.
That's
like
somebody fudged that. Somebody fudged that shit.
Fucking 2 years old. They cut it up and shit. But
though she was big timing.
Yeah, 2-year-old.
She big timing.
I'm gonna get me that the high dollar infamil, and I want the Hawaiian baby food. I like the Hawaiian. She's gonna buy herself a fucking 2-year-old with a credit card. Fucking stupid shit. But we're registering cats.
That's awesome.
Dogs. I guess it would be a demo cat because fucking Georgia.
That's awesome.
Welcome to America.
Yep, where even the dead can vote.
Yep,
along with cats and dogs.
Dead pussy cats.
Everybody can vote. Fuck it. Everybody gets to say so.
Boy, I bet you the fucking cow farmers could get a shitload of Elsa, Moo the cow.
Shit, go to the fucking zoo. You probably get a lot of goddamn names out of the zoo.
Goddamn.
Absentee ballots like a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Meow. Fucking cats are voting.
Man, I mean,
They voted for Morris.
that's, I mean,
9 lives. That's so bad that people can get cats to vote. I went and voted.
well, hell, if you get cats to vote, one party can get a bunch of pussies to fucking vote. I mean, I'm pretty sure cats be right behind them.
I can remember when I was a little kid how stuff used to be and how it is now. Glad I'm getting old because I'm going to hate to see what this world is in about another 20, 30 years. There's no fucking telling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes after living overseas in a few places, and then you come back stateside, and you're just like, God, why are we so fucked up sometimes? Just as a whole. I mean, I don't mean it as just, from state to state. I mean, as a whole, why are we so fucked up in some aspects? I mean, granted we don't have like high taxes, and everything, but there's countries out there that have a shit ton of high taxes just so everybody can live and without having to pay for everything.
Yeah, but they live like shit.
No. I mean, take some of European countries, for example. I mean, they have high taxes so that nobody's homeless and everything. So,
I'm not gonna get into politics stuff because
that's a sore subject. I mean, I'm just comparing. I'm not getting into politics. I'm just comparing, quality of life to, in European countries to over here. I mean, quality of life is better. I'm not saying it's set up better, but because the country's governed as a whole. You know what I mean? It's like over here, you got 50 states that can do what the fuck they want on a day-to-day basis, like like that mass bullshit.
Know that.
And so that's why it's different. Is that because of that reason? I mean, it's not because it's just. But you got to realize that too. A lot of European countries have been around for how long? I mean, thousands of years. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of years. Whereas we're still a young country. So that's enough of that shit.
For now, might not be a country before long. Did I say that? I didn't say it.
They don't. I mean, they don't want. I'm gonna tell you right now that some of these people pushing for a federal police force. Let me tell you, that's by far the worst fucking idea ever in their fucking lives. I'm gonna tell you because go to some of these countries where they have a federal police force, and I'm
talking about being suppressed people.
I'm talking about this in general. Like you take for example, you're fucking like Germany, Polizei. That's it. There is no sheriff's deputies. There is no city police. There's no harbor police. It's straight up fucking Polizei. And Polizei, they don't give a fuck. They don't.
Well, it's basically you have the military being the police force.
Kind of, sort of. Just like Russia. Russia's fucking police force is like paramilitary. They beat the fuck out of you. And like, oh, I will file a complaint. They smack you again. What complaint? There's your complaint,
There's
bitch.
no complaints.
There's your complaint, bitch, upside your head. The Germans got this. Let me tell you, the German police got this fucking little baton, dude, that they carry around. It's almost like the old slapjack, whatever they call them and shit.
Yeah, those slapjacks, weighted leather.
But theirs is plastic. So when they swing one time and it makes contact, it makes like 30 fucking. It may hit you. It hits you once. You think it's like one swing and they hit you like 30 fucking times. The thing bounces like a fucking, like a whip, right? So, and I'm just gonna tell you. I mean, that damn thing right there causes more fucking damage than them fucking. They don't even. I mean, you get smacked with that. What's the point of pulling a gun? You ain't gonna fucking. You're not gonna be stupid enough to get fucking smacked with that bitch again. I can tell you that right now.
I know when my mama used to whip me with stuff. I might have fucked up again and done something else stupid, but I didn't do that same fuck up over again.
No, because my mom would just grab what was within arm's length. If it was a fly swatter, and that, you know, it ain't like nowadays where you got the little fucking plastic fucking fly swatter. The one I had was like the plastic on the end. It was a fucking rod. It's like a metal for the fucking handle and shit. So when she broke that motherfucking plastic piece on your ass, she kept hitting you with the fucking metal. So I mean, it's like, and then as I got older, you know, I outgrew the fly swatter eventually, you know, over time. And then next thing you know, it's the fucking gumbo spoon, dude.
Oh yeah,
that son of a bitch.
Spoons.
And then my mom got smart. My mother got really, really smart. She was like, I'm not gonna fucking come at him when he's knowing it's there, and when he knows I have it. She waits till I'm in front of a TV, watching a show, and you know, you're fucking sitting there, you're like focused on the TV, right? And then that's when that gumbo spoon comes out and pops you on your fucking head. And you sit there and you're like, motherfucker, really? You know, I mean, but then you don't want to really say to your mom, motherfucker, really?
No, because then she's going to hit you.
Yeah, you get popped again. So it's kind of like, well, but it's always that famous question. What did I do wrong? I've been watching the TV. Well, that was for fucking an hour ago. I'm just catching up with the time. Yeah, I bet you did, motherfucker. You caught up at that time, all right.
Hey, you want another one for what you're going to do later?
It's like, here,
we're just getting ahead of the curve.
Let me just go ahead and pop you again for what you're going to do in about an hour.
Yeah, you want to bank up some spanking. Look, Mom, can I just take that one out my savings account over there?
Here, man. Let's no allowance for 2 weeks, man. Fuck the beatings, all right? Let's just stop.
Oh, my mom, I get spanked, and then it still takes shit away from me. So it's like, because spanking only hurts for a little while, but the other shit hurts even longer. So she was hitting me. I was getting double whammy. It's like, okay, I got spanked, so my ass is on fire, but that's going to wear off. But then I can't say, I mean, we didn't have much electronics, but then she, you know, I couldn't watch TV for 2 days or something like that, you know. And yeah, she'd hit me with the double whammy.
Oh, I mean, it's like, I don't know what it is, man, but you know, it's like, I don't know. I'm a firm believer that, you know, you fuck up, you get whooped.
Well, kids today don't get spanked anymore.
No, they get coddled.
It's like, oh no.
Oh, go sit in the corner. We'll be friends later.
It's okay.
We're gonna bake cookies later. We're gonna bake some cookies later, okay?
You need a trophy.
Here's a thanks for fucking participating trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy. No one loses.
Here.
Then you get out in real life and realize that not everybody is a winner.
You're a loser.
You're always going to have somebody, you know, you're going to win sometimes, but you're going to lose most of the time.
Man, I remember that shit when I was in the Army still, and I was doing my little drill sergeant time and shit. Had this one female private, man. She fucking, you know, I hated, like, my platoon always won the obstacle course, right? So, because I would fucking tell them, you know, if you fucking lose it, I'll personally beat the shit out of every single one of you.
Because you're an asshole.
Yep, always. And so look, she's on the fucking rope, right? And they gotta climb the rope and fucking hit the little top part, little knot, and then come back down and shit. So this is the middle of the competition, right? And she's fucking sitting there, like every single one of you. It was 2 male privates and a female private that had to go through. They went out together as a team, right? So she got to that fucking rope, and she got about a quarter of the way up, and she's like, I can't do it. And like she starts coming down, and the first thing I tell her is, I said, let me tell you something. If your feet touch this fucking ground, I promise you, I will kick you in your motherfucking face. Look, that bitch fucking, somehow she got the energy and went to the fucking top of that bitch, touched the knob, come back down. And I was like, so after it was all over, I said, so, she's like, I said, so, you weren't really that tired, were you? She said I was, but the fear of you kicking me in the fucking face scared me even more. So I went up that's why she climbed the rope. I mean, she was smoked when she was done. I mean, it's a kicker, man. It fucks them up.
Are you about to call me an asshole?
Hey, that's all day long. That was all day long. They fucking hated me, man.
Motivation. You motivated her.
Oh, look, I gave them lots and lots of motivation. The first 3 weeks, you know, is red phase. So that's the weeks that you know they can do nothing right. You know, even if they did it right, they still told they're fucking wrong. Just because it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. So basically, so every fucking night, every night before they went to bed in Redford, I'd smoke their ass for like an hour, because as soon as they get in bed, it's like, fuck, they're out. You know, it's like lights out. They was snoring in about 10, 15 minutes. So my night was always, you know, but they really started pissing me off. I used to take, when they didn't clean something properly, I'd go in the bathroom, you know, in the bathroom, you know, it's all tile and stuff, right? It's all tile and shit. And, you ever,
but in the Army, in y'all's, was it barracks or whatever y'all were sleeping in?
yeah.
Y'all's bathrooms, did y'all have stalls?
Yeah, we had stalls and urinals.
No, like the stalls. They actually had stalls
Yeah.
in between each toilet.
Yeah, yeah. There was no. Where'd you get through? Do you think this is like World War II, where you fucking could shake hands with the next person next to you?
In Marine Corps boot camp,
It's not like that.
you don't have stalls.
Yes, they do.
When I was in Marine Corps boot camp, there were no stalls. I could shake hands with the motherfucker shitting on the toilet next
Pat
to
him on
me
the back and say it's gonna be okay.
with the guy trying to brush his teeth right across from you while you're trying to take a shit. That's what I was asking. Because maybe it's the. I mean, this was a very, very long time ago.
They
maybe
had those.
they have.
I mean, no,
stalls,
they had
but-
those. They had those out. Like, no, I mean, yeah, they had that back in the day, but it's not like that no more.
Oh,
Because
it's a new, nice. I get to shit in private while I'm in boot
yes,
camp.
right. You get the shit in private now. With you got 3 walls around you, and
When I was in boot camp.
now I will tell you this. I will tell you this. When I was at at a base in Georgia, we were around the training area, and the latrines were still, the heads and latrines were still set up like that, where you come in, there's like 2 rows of toilets, and there was no partitions.
Yes.
So when you sat down and shit next to you, it was like, damn, what the fuck did you eat, man? Peanuts and this motherfucker?
Courtesy flush, motherfucker.
Boy, goddamn, you need the courtesy flushes. Man, dude, you smell like a fucking bag of ass and shit, you know?
What about y'all? What about the Army showers?
It's all open.
Yeah, like I said, when I was in boot camp, you only had a certain amount of time to shit, shower, and shave.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
And when you're
Let me tell you,
when
man.
you're sharing one shower head, making a circle with like 4 other guys,
Dude, here's how ours was. You know, they'd step up, right? We'd have, we had 8 in the shower, 8 on deck, and 8 in the hole. Right, like baseball, you know what I'm saying? You had so when one finished, the next one stepped up, went in, and then it just rotated.
we just rotated around the shower.
Man,
It's
we
like
did showers.
You get wet, soap up, and you got around, rinsed off,
Dude,
it's gone.
we would shower 60 motherfuckers in about 5 minutes, be over and done with.
Oh yeah,
And but I mean, like, you know, like back at that place in Georgia, man. I remember walking in there and going, I remember walking in the fucking that latrine, that head and shit, and seeing them row of toilets with no partition. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? So look, I'm in there, look, I went in there, man, fucking dropped trowel, fucking sat down, and look, some dudes come in behind me, some from the other platoons and shit when I was in Georgia, and they looked at me and said, they're like, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm looks like I'm taking a shit. I don't know about y'all, but I mean, come have a seat. We can have a conversation. They fucking rolled out. I was like, what y'all? I said, what do y'all think? You're gonna get this bitch to yourself? Everybody's got to take a shit eventually.
I was
Yeah.
told. The reason it's in Marine Corps, the reason they did that in most boot camps, I believe, is they break you down, take all your dignity and everything else away from you, and then build you back up.
Yep.
Because if you think about it, if you're out in the field and it's wartime and stuff like that, you may not have the luxury of going and take a shit in your own personal stall.
Nope.
So if you're already used to shitting in front of a bunch of motherfuckers or showering with a bunch of naked
Bro, I used
men
to- I used
and all
to-
stuff like that, you're ingrained in it. You know what's to do. So that was the purpose of it.
Man, I used to take a shit off the back of a fucking truck and shit. I didn't care. Because
y'all were eating them fucking MREs and shit. I'm surprised you could even shit.
shoot, man.
Fucking
Hey.
block you up for a month.
That peanut butter, man. That fucking peanut butter was a goddamn beast. That peanut butter clog up your whole goddamn large intestine and shit. You know, nothing cutting out that much, dude. Goddamn.
MRE, one meal's like 3,000 calories. And
Shit.
it will block you to fuck
That motherfucking, the damn peanut butter, man. You couldn't even, dude. the peanut butter will clog up your fucking large intestines like trying to suck buttermilk through a straw. It ain't gonna happen. It's not happening today.
Deliciousness there. No.
No, I mean, like, but shit. I mean, it's, you know, like we were talking about earlier, man, about this, you know, what I hate the most is like, you know, they send, it's like you get to a call for some dumb shit and it's like, well, I don't want to pursue charges. I just want it documented. I'm like, then what the fuck are you calling me here for? I mean, well, I just wanted the sheriff's all documented.
I just want it written down in case I need it later because I want to sue somebody.
Right.
Something.
That's all it is. It's like, you know, that's all it is, man. It's like, oh, I just want it documented, you know. Well, so I'll tell you what then, since you want it documented, here's a voluntary statement. Start fucking writing, because I'm not just going to document shit that you just tell me.
I don't have, you know, I only have 10 other reports to write, but you just want me to add another report to it because you just want some shit on record.
It's like the civil bullshit. You go out to some civil shit. It's like, well, can I get something wrote up on this? Well, there's no crime. Well, I want to know why I can't get my child back if I've got a child custody agreement here. I said, well, that child custody agreement, when did it first get signed? Back in 2001.
Yeah, it's 19.
Yeah, and we're fucking in 2020. I can't really go back and decide when. It's like you sit there and you look at it and you're like, well, I can't go back in time and figure out, you know, all these fucking all these goddamn dates that y'all missed or did this, that, and yonder. And it pisses me off because then they want a report done based off of that. And I'm going, it's not going to happen. Why not? Why not? Because civil law is done by a fucking
attorneys and judges.
Has nothing to do with a fucking DA or a district attorney.
Nope.
So they get fucking all pissed off. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm like, there's no point in me even fucking writing it up because everything, you can take your own goddamn pictures with a time and date stamp and give them to your fucking attorney. It's too fucking easy. No, let's make fucking things difficult and shit. By fucking calling us out, just write up some dumb shit.
I got a call one time, went out to it. Yeah. I feel sorry for her. She was an older lady. And of course, everybody that listens, most likely, especially nowadays, have gotten the spam IRS call or the spam, fucking college tuition loan payments back.
Right.
I got one not long ago threatening me because my student loans were past due. First of all, I went to college. It was, 25 years ago. I was in college or whatever. And it was like, and I didn't take any student loans out because when I went to college, there was no such thing as a TOPS program. And I sure the fuck wasn't smart enough to get any scholarships for academics or anything like that.
Me neither.
So when I did go to college, my parents paid my tuition for me out of their own pocket. Sue me for my college loan, my student loans that don't exist. This poor old lady called. I go there, and she is visibly, I could see she had been crying. She was probably in her 60s or 70s. She'd been crying. She was so upset and scared because I don't know if it was an IRS call or something, but someone, they kept calling and harassing her saying that she owed this money, and if she didn't do it, they were going to ruin her credit. They were going to put her in jail, all this stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Once I finally convinced her that it wasn't real, that she didn't owe this money, the poor thing's like, well, I just keep calling them, just won't stop. So I actually had to physically go on her phone and show her how to block numbers and explain to her, look, if a phone number calls you that's not in your phone list that pops up with a name, just don't answer it. If they leave a message, just delete it. It's all crap. It's crap. I get them all the time. Now I'm getting text messages saying that I won shit. It's like it went from the phone calls to getting text messages.
I hate when these fuckers call and they say, oh, this is your offer for your last chance to do your for your vehicle warranty. That we're not gonna do the vehicle warranty after this date." And I'm like, "I never fucking called you to begin with. Why are you bothering me?" And then you start telling them, "Well, I'm the police." They click.
Yeah.
They fucking hang up within like 0.2 seconds and everything. You're like, "Damn, that's all I gotta do? No, I'll keep doing that."
This was like super fucking long ago when we still had landlines. Cell phones wasn't big. By landlines, I meant the regular old phones you had in your house that you plugged into the wall. Working night shift.
Is that thing called public service?
Yeah.
Real public service.
Working night shift. And they had called a few times before. It's fucking Visa company. Saying, wanting to give me some free 6 months of some life insurance on me and my wife, blah, 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 blah. That's bullshit. They probably going to keep charging you for it or whatever. Anyway, they woke me up. Before I was all the way awake, they were like, they got into their spiel. So they're like, "Oh, if for 6 months you'll get free accidental life insurance on you and your wife." And I'm like, "Look, I don't want this stuff, people." "Oh, but sir, it's free and for 6 months." I said, "How much is it?" They said, "Oh, it's $1 million." I said, "Get my check ready." They said, "Excuse me?" I said, "Get my check ready." Well, sir, I don't understand what you're talking about. And I said, "I'm going to kill that bitch." They said, "Well, sir, it's accidental." I said, "It's going to look like a fucking accident. Just get my check ready." They're like, "Well, we're going to have to call you back." Still to this day, I must be on the "don't call him, he's crazy" list because I have never heard from Visa again in my entire life.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I was like, I totally get it ready. They also will hang up on you if you ask them, if you ask them, start, asking them, like, "Hey, you like to suck dick? Or you got a sexy voice. I want to fuck you." Or they really get pissed off, like I said before, when I don't care if they're foreign or not. You talk about their mama, they get mad. Now, I've been hung up on by the IRS so many times.
Man, it's like, they'll call, man, and I hate going. It's like those calls you go to for the scams and stuff. But then I hate going to the fucking 285 shit. You know what I mean? They're calling me all the time, or they're texting me all the time. But then you ask them, "Are you responding?" "Yeah." "Well, guess what? There's no crime. There's no crime, you stupid ass." When they argue with you, and you respond back arguing them, you're basically condoning it. So guess what? Yeah, there's no
Stop fucking responding to the shit. You know what happens when I don't want to talk to somebody? I ignore them.
I delete their number. I block the son of a bitch. And that's it. But no, let's just keep having a fucking conversation, because I'm assuming you must still like that person to keep, or they just piss you off that bad that you can't delete it.
They're harassing me.
It's kind of like the baby's mama dramas and shit. That's where all that comes from. Oh, he's out there fucking someone else and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm sorry that you had a kid with a
piece
motherfucker
of shit
who ain't gonna do shit. Who's just gonna. I mean. And then I hate just like the fucking eviction shit. I hate going to that. Well, I just want them out the house. I said, well, guess what? There's a process.
Don't work like that.
There's a fucking process now.
I correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a long time since I worked regular uniform stuff. It may be different now. I think it's after 2 or 3 weeks?
It's not even 2 or 3 weeks. There's no clear cut definition on what residing, cohabitating, staying, spending the night. There's really no statute of limitations on it. It's basically, they say, if you ask them the question, are they residing here with you? Yes, they've established residency. That's how I look at it.
Gotta get an eviction.
So how long does that take? A hot minute.
Yeah.
Because the COVID fucks everything up.
Yeah. Don't let them stay.
If they come over to visit, then kick them the fuck out that night before midnight.
Don't let them stay.
After you're done getting your freak on before midnight, kick them out. Kick them out.
Like a pumpkin.
Like
fucking Cinderella.
Yeah, and that means, and then after 2 o'clock, you got to kick them out before noon. because when they wake up, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Fucking Uber knows where you live at.
Fucking Uber and Lyft, man. You got them on speed dial and shit. They know where to go. Man, it's just, you get out there but I'll tell you this though. I mean, I've learned a lot more from civilian, being in civilian law enforcement than in the military, because I kind of worked on that end too. It's like,
It's two totally different things.
two totally different, but it's like apples and oranges. I mean, it's like one night we had a guy I was at Fort Bragg, and this dude, we pulled him over. Man, he's all over the fucking road, man. I was just like, how? Because at the time, most bases were open posts. You could drive right through them if there's a major highway that went through them. And this dude was fucking drunk on a Cooter Brown, man, and shit. And so we're sitting there talking to that dude, and you explain the old walk and turn. You know what I mean? You demonstrate, you explain it, and all that bunch of shit. And then I'm watching this motherfucker, and then I'm like at the time I'm like a little bit ass private. I mean, I'm like a PFC or a specialist at the time, and I'm partnered up with a sergeant who's about to become a staff sergeant in the Army. And we're out there, and I'm explaining everything. He's kind of watching me what I'm doing, and I was like, "All right, sir, did you understand the directions and step by step on how we do it?" "Oh yeah." So he does the old, I don't know what it wasn't a fucking walk and turn. I can tell you that shit. He fucking did. He just stepped off and when he did turn, when he said, "All right, what do I do next?" I said, "Well, sir, you continue with the test." And we're sitting there like, what the fuck? Like he's just like standing there and he's like standing there with his toe and heel together, but not moving. We're like, "Okay, sir, continue the test." He's like, "What do I do?" I said, "I explained it to you 3 times. This motherfucker did the goddamn moonwalk. Back to the original fucking spot where he started. We both.
Was it a good moonwalk like the Michael Jackson?
Oh, he fucking dude. I tell you what, I mean, he was kind of flexible and shit. He fucking went all out. I'll tell you that shit. I mean, he went all out because he mustn't do. He's going to jail. Fucking. But dude, it was funny as shit. And like the look my sergeant gave me was just like. He looks at me and goes. He kind of threw his hands up like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like, "Fuck, I don't know."
Just started playing Billie Jean or something.
You're watching it. I said, "You're watching the same fucking thing I'm watching." This motherfucker started doing the moonwalk. I'm like, "What the fuck?" So then we end up taking him, but man, it's just, I mean, oh my God.
You never know what you're going to get when you're dealing with drunks. Me, I was still a reserve. This is so long ago. So we're looking at like good 25 or so years ago. And, me and this guy, I'm gonna call him Hutch. He's retired and stuff by now. I mean, well, he is not by now. I know he's retired because I was there when he retired. And we got called to a person passed out in a vehicle. Nowadays, if you get that in 2020, you figure, shit, I got somebody that just OD'd. Back in these days, it's like, oh, we got a drunk. We go over there, this guy's on the side of the road, and he is passed the fuck out behind the steering wheel. I open the door, I shut the car off, turn the key off. I'm like, hey man, wake up. This motherfucker ain't moving. He's giving you kind of like, leave it alone, Mom. I reach over there. I mean, I done shook him.
Did you slap him like Mom does?
Oh no. I shake him and stuff. He's still not fucking with him. I didn't slap him hard. Statute of limitations. I didn't slap him hard, but I popped him across the cheek saying, "Hey, wake the fuck up." Still didn't move. Popped him and slapped him on the cheek again. Still didn't move. Well, all Hutch does is shine his flashlight in the dude's face. Well, this motherfucker went from saying, "Leave me alone, Mom." Next thing I know, me and this motherfucker are rolling around in the dirt fighting. And of course, he goes fucking. This motherfucker went from dead sleeping to full on fucking fighting, resisting arrest and shit. And all the guy did, he just shined the flashlight in his face.
Pissed him off,
man. Done slapped the dude in the face twice, shook him, everything. Nothing.
You woke him up from his slumber.
Fight was on. We rolled around in the dirt and I ended up getting him cuffed and shit. And of course, he goes to fucking jail now. And Oh yeah, it's like so
that dude went from taking a nap to going to jail.
Oh yeah, he went from taking a nap to fucking full on like.
Well, I mean, it's like you know, you get those calls where you know you got to get Katie, you got to get the ambulance involved and all that bunch of shit.
We call the ambulance the boo boo wagon.
Okay,
because you get boo boos and they come out.
Well, it's you go to a call where the boo boo wagon is required. You know, because they're having these thoughts, or someone's off their 12 different medications.
Medication.
Get out there and like, so we had this call, man, and like it's me and another guy. And now this guy we're dealing with, man, he's a 30-year sentence in Angola, boxed in Angola, and he's only like 5'4", 5'5", maybe like 125 pounds.
You don't want to fuck with
people. So we're in the house. We're in the house, man, and like he's on walking. He's on the recliner, and I shit you not, man. As soon as we walk in that fucking door, man, he starts going, "What the fuck, motherfucker? These goddamn, what the fuck the police here for?" And all this bunch of shit. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, that dude jumped out that recliner, bro, in like 0.1 second. Went to a fucking boxing stance and says, "Come on, motherfucker, let's go." And I'm looking at the other guy going, is this dude fucking for real? Is this really for real right now? This dude really wants to fight with us?
He probably is. Probably fast as fuck.
But that's okay though. I mean, in my mind, I'm going, man, I really do not want to fucking hit this dude. I really don't want to have to be that guy. You know what I mean? So
you better get your ass whooped.
And the whole time we're sitting there, his fucking sister and his niece are, you know, making fun of him and everything, you know, just making it worse. They're just like amping him up even more and more. And he starts calling them. He goes, "Let me tell you, you two cunt bitches, y'all can kiss my fucking ass. I'll fucking fuck you two cunt bitches up." And that's all that's coming out of his mouth. So they're like, "Okay, well, we can handle it. We'll get him outside to the boo-boo wagon so y'all can take him." All right. So we step outside. And look, that dude didn't skip a beat. And we're just sitting outside going, laughing. He goes, and I'm out there talking to the other partner, and I'm going, "Hey, man, I just want you to know, we have to go back in there. I really don't want to hit this dude. I really fucking don't. I mean, because I'm like double his body weight or more." And I'm like, I'm telling him, I said, so we go back in there.
That's if you'd have connected. Like some little fuckers are fast. Them little fuckers are fast.
We go back in there, right? And this fucker goes and gets a blanket. And I look at, what the fuck are you doing with the blanket?
It's cold.
And he's like, "Well, I'm going to throw it on him. So what the fuck are we doing next?"
What the fuck is it? Like an alligator or some shit?
Like, what are we doing next? You know, and I'm like, so I'm like, fucking, what are we going to do with this blanket, man? So he's like, "Oh, fuck. Well, I'm going to throw it on him. They're going to jump on him." I'm like, do you see this little fucking wiry bastard? He done jumped out the goddamn,
throw a blanket on.
He done jumped out the fucking recliner in like 0.2 seconds wanting to fight. And you think this blanket's going to fucking help? So I'm like, this motherfucker's going to be able to get out of the goddamn blanket. So I said, "I'll tell you what." I said, "Okay." So I said, "All right, I'm following your lead." So he goes and throws his fucking blanket on this fucking dude. And just like I said, that little motherfucker, bro, was like it's like trying to subdue a 10-year-old. Fucking amped up on fucking whatever. Look, that guy finally got this little bastard and fucking got this little motherfucker in the handcuffs, got him outside. And, you know, he was calm after we were out there, you know, dealing. But, dude, I really fucking thought I looked at him, I was like, dude, we're going to have to, like, if this dude takes a swing, you know the next reflex is to hit back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, I really don't want to do this. I mean, because after getting him calmed down, I thought he was cool. He was cool, man. I mean, once we got him away from his fucking sister and his damn niece, he was fucking like, you know, Chilly Willy, the damn penguin and shit.
Old family members can intensify a situation, instigating them. Special K here, he also rides a motorcycle, and he's a member of a law enforcement motorcycle group.
Sure am.
What kind of bike you got?
2019, the Me Too bike, Street Glide Special. I got a Me Too. Because everybody has a Me Too. So
you don't drive around with them ape hangers or nothing.
No, I got 14-inch apes on mine. It's not too high. It's stylish. It looks pretty cool.
So here I was listening to some of my safety tips.
Huh?
Oh, some of them I do safety tips. I was talking about guys with the big tall ape hangers. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, like the ones that are like 20 fucking inches up in the air.
And the guys that ride around the local roads or parking lots with their feet on their highway bags with their hands up on their big tall ape hangers.
Are the ones that go and buy like $1,000 worth of clothes at Harley Davidson and never fucking wear it?
I said, at least you won't have stinky armpits and your nuts won't be sweating. Because I said they're highway pegs. They're called highway pegs for the highway, not the parking lot. And stuff
Dude,
like
look,
that.
look, man, you get out there and I mean, look, I've been riding since about 2008, and so I got about a decade of riding. I've seen anything and everything, bro. I mean, out there with people on the road, man. It's like,
do you wear shorts when you ride?
Fuck no. Fuck. That's look. You go down when you go down to Florida. The motherfuckers got like bathing suits on with flip flops, fucking riding their Harleys. I'm like, who in the fuck does it? Don't y'all know when y'all wreck, all your little piggies are gonna be fucking like none of you there after they've gone across the concrete a little bit.
They don't think about it. They don't trust me.
But I tell you what, though, when it happens, they're like, they go post little pictures. I mean, I lost all my toes. No shit.
Saw a guy recently. Of course, he was his little crotch rocket going down the interstate with his shorts on, his little muscle shirt that, of course, is blowing up halfway up his back.
Yeah, because he didn't get a medium.
It's like, only thing I was thinking, he thought he was the coolest motherfucker. I'm thinking, dude, when you fucking crash, you're going to get fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Road rash
you're gonna have
hurts. I'm telling you from experience.
He ain't going to have no, all 3 layers of skin are going to be gone on him. Shit.
Or I see the guys, and I'm not picking on y'all. Y'all think y'all being safe. It's mostly the crotch rocket guys. They wearing those ballistic type jackets with the panels and shit in them and stuff because that's what they wear when they're racing motorcycles. It protects you when you're sliding down the road, which it does protect you when you're sliding down the road. The difference is when you crash on a track racing these motorcycles, they're designed for that. You have all this room to slide. You have these hay bales to crash.
Yeah, you don't have concrete barriers in the middle of the road.
When you crash on the road, regular street or roadway, and you're doing 100 miles an hour and you got your little ballistic jacket on and you're sliding down the road, when you hit that mailbox post or that tree, the jacket don't help you. We had a guy one time, he was doing, I think he was estimated at close to 90 miles an hour on a 35-mile-an-hour road. Crashed. Hit a mailbox post. It just about cut him in half. Of course, he was dead when we got there, but it cut him in half. His little ballistic jacket didn't do good. You don't realize it'll help you if you just don't, but with all the shit that's on the side of roadways and stuff.
It doesn't help if you go the wrong way and one way too.
No.
That happened up at when I was at Fort Bragg. We had an accident on post where there's a certain place on Fort Bragg where the road, like, it starts off as a 4-lane, then it splits off and becomes a 2-lane. It's got like woods and divider in it. And they were going the wrong way. They ended up passing by the Special Warfare Center, which is SF classrooms and shit. And by the parking lot, if you go up an embankment, there's they got those, they got the iron poles that they put the concrete down the middle for terrorist purposes to keep going towards the building. Well, the vehicle ended up going up an embankment, hitting it just went through like about 12, 14 of those poles, and it pretty much broke her down to 4 pieces. I mean, she was like, oh man, she had just been in the Army, not even 6 months. And she was out there with an SF student, man. That girl, I felt, man, she was fucked. Yeah, fucked. I mean, I hate to say fucked up's probably a bad analogy, but I mean, just
I'm pretty sure she was fucked up.
By looking at her, she's like, God damn. So, but that's one of the worst ones I'd ever seen.
We're coming up, I think we're a little bit past the 2-hour mark.
Uh-huh.
And Special K can talk for hours upon hours. We're just going ahead and shut it down for this evening, and let me put this last little spiel out, as I always do. So if you're a motor cop, retired motor cop, future motor cop. Email us.
Aspirations. You have
something.
aspirations.
Give us a call. I mean, because you can't call us. Email us. Message us on Facebook. At MotorCop Chronicles at gmail.com. On Parler, we're at MotorCop Chronicles Podcast. Facebook, MotorCop Chronicles. And on Twitter, it's at MotorC. Hit us up. Send us an email. Still waiting on email. I keep asking for damn emails all the time.
People scared.
Nobody wants to email me. I don't know. One day I will get an email that's not from Freebird or somebody else that has been on the podcast. That don't count. And always remember, people, smile, because Iceman could always be behind you.
I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is